Hello, I want to welcome you to the Cheap RC Derby. Buddy, I will be the host. I am going to explain on how I actually made these metal-bodied RC cars for a very cheap price. Well, first things I did is I went and got myself a little paper cutout of a car. You can do multiple ideas. I also did that's what the original cars were this Thunderbird. You can turn around, you get the cutouts. It's best to paste them onto like a cardboard, like a cereal box cardboard, or like a thick construction paper. Like this is almost like a fabric. It's what I prefer. But you can turn around and you do your cutouts. You glue it on there, get your width, stretch it for your width to match your chassis, the length of the chassis, wherever you want little other extensions for a little bit more crunch, or just to make the car look more better. Here's a cardboard one I did, and I also have a fabric one. The fabric one is in more pieces because it's more of a complex design, but everything's there. You make sure, don't forget your tabs. By the way, some of your printouts will not have everything. You will have to go in and double check to make sure it's got all the tabs there. I had to add some in for when I was doing the Thunderbird body. What are these two? These were the original two cars. If you haven't seen the video on that, you can look it up. It's a two-part video. Sorry about that. That was due to the phone that we used to record it. But what you're gonna need for this project is your stencil, what I just showed you. You'll need a ruler to take your measurements, a hot glue gun. It's what I have found works real good. You want a pair of pliers and a decent strong pair of scissors, because you're going to be cutting through some thin aluminum tin, whatever you want to call it. You will want a utility knife to cut out your windows for your car, a marker, and a screwdriver, usually Phillips. After you get your body stencil sketched out, I tend to use this tin. It's the same tin as what you would get from the dollar store. You could get two for $1. It's the same tins as what they use for when you're like making a pie or something. Same kind of metal. Go in. You're going to want to remove the screws off your RC car so the top comes off. This one here, the sides kind of sat in a little bit more, so I had to go in and I made custom mounts to flush the body frame with the tires. This will give me a good anchor point for the body mount that will be on our shells. But there's the basic cheap $10 RC car you can get from Walmart. Get your body cut out. This is one I've already done. I've already derbied it, painted it. Well, it was a test shell for the new 50s look. The glue I used in this didn't work too well, so there's body mounts you got, or reinforcement mounts you'll put in. It's only 1/2 centimeter wide. And it's made of the same tin as what the body is. I just use a chunk of scrap. You turn around and you make it about 4 layers thick. Glue it on there. Keep it just after the wheel wells and just before. It actually works real well. It prevents it from collapsing here, as this one failed. There's a mount that I put across the front, so during side impacts, the whole body doesn't just mushroom like an accordion. It actually gives it more of a realistic effect. But that's the basic design to these aluminum bodies. There's not much to them. The body mounts, you'll have to do different for each RC car. We got double body mounts on this car. This one here, the main body mount sat flush with the chassis. So all it is like 2 layers of a pop can that I put there to make it perfectly flush. And then there's the actual chassis body mount, what is designed to crunch if hit hard enough in the side. But yet you can hold it and the car's chassis is not going to be flimsy and everything. In the front, you tend to want to put a small body mount there in the center. You want it towards the base of the nose of the car. That way during impact the nose won't just fold down and crunch up. It will actually have to use the strength to the actual body of the car and the upper half to crunch first, and it works around it. The rear end, you don't really have to do that with. The rear end's no biggie. You got that for a battering ram anyway. You can go in and put your own little custom details on the cars. I tend to use plastic in the windows. The plastic I use is the same plastic they have in your boxes that you get your RC car from. I just trim that plastic out and use that for the windshield and the rear windows. I don't do side windows. I think they're not necessary. If you want, you can. But when you measure out your shell to match the chassis, you want to do the width of the car is your main goal. You want to do the width, and whatever you have to stretch for the width, I usually do in the length the same. But I focus on the width of the chassis to make sure I got enough space on each side of the wheels for impact, and so the body can crush around it. But the bumper's nothing special. It's just made to the same tin. It's just design. Same with the grill. The headlights, I use little BDI things. I just pop the little black centers out and glue them on. For the red, I just paint the inside. No biggie. Simple, easy. Yeah, the main thing is don't forget your tabs. Come up with your own designs. We have a Facebook page. Like us on Facebook. Send in your come up with your own designs. Send them in, and let's see what you get. Thank you.